America's luxury housing dream is burning down. Million-dollar homes once marketed as untouchable trophies are now financial tombstones. Across the country, properties with infinity pools, rooftop decks, and marble kitchens are slashed by hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions. The wealthy are fleeing, buyers have vanished, and sellers are watching paper fortunes collapse in real time. This isn't a slowdown, it's an implosion. Tonight, we count down the 10 U.S. cities where luxury homes are crumbling in value faster than anyone imagined.
Number 10. San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio, once the affordable sibling of Austin, is now caught in a brutal luxury reversal. A million-dollar home here once bought sprawling ranch-style estates with stone facades, Spanish-inspired courtyards, and massive yards, often twice the size of Los Angeles homes at the same price. But in 2025, those same properties are bleeding value at a speed shocking even seasoned real estate watchers. According to MLS data, listings over $1 million have seen average cuts of 12 to 20% in the last year. That's $120,000 to $200,000 in equity, wiped out almost overnight. The supply side is relentless. Luxury inventory has more than doubled since 2022, flooding the market with options. Homes that once sold in 15 days now sit for 90 to 120 days. And even then, buyers demand sweeteners. $50,000 credits, free pool renovations, or full mortgage buydowns. The once frenzied bidding wars have given way to concession-heavy negotiations where buyers hold every advantage. The deeper structural issue is income. With median household earnings around $65,000, San Antonio's locals cannot support a $1 million tier. During the pandemic, that didn't matter. Out-of-state buyers, especially Californians, drove demand. But with mortgage rates above 7% and a cooling tech sector, that pipeline has dried up. Now luxury homes stand stranded in neighborhoods dominated by $300,000 mortgages, creating a disconnect that drags entire subdivisions down. Open houses sit empty, price reductions hit weekly, and wealth destruction spreads street by street. Unless rates fall sharply, San Antonio's high-end market could tumble another 25% in the next year, turning what was once Texas's affordable luxury dream into its most painful cautionary tale.
Number 9. Miami, Florida. Miami, once the glittering crown jewel of America's luxury real estate, is buckling under the weight of its own hype. A $1 million condo that once sold in 48 hours in 2021 now languishes for more than 120 days, bleeding value every week it sits. According to Redfin, nearly 40% of Miami listings over $1 million have cut prices, often by $250,000 to $500,000. Imagine dropping $500,000 just to keep a buyer interested. That's Miami today. The oversupply problem is catastrophic. Developers kept pumping out glass towers and waterfront estates, assuming endless waves of buyers from New York, California, and Latin America. But foreign demand has slowed, capital controls tightened, and the strong dollar made U.S. property far more expensive. Meanwhile, insurance costs are exploding, with some luxury owners now paying $20,000 to $30,000 annually just to cover hurricane risks. Even the ultra-wealthy are backing out. Hedge fund managers and crypto millionaires who bought at peak prices in 2021 are unloading at losses, realizing their Miami dream was a mirage. In Coral Gables and Coconut Grove, homes that peaked at $1.5 million now relist closer to $1.2 million and still get no bites. That's a 20% haircut, sometimes more. The scariest ripple effect? Property taxes. Miami's reliance on inflated luxury valuations means owners are now stuck with crushing bills even as their home values sink. The city that branded itself as the global playground of wealth is now ground zero for America's luxury housing collapse. Miami shows us how fast luxury can go from untouchable to underwater. If you want the next city before it hits the headlines, subscribe to Discover the Nation. We're telling the story no one else will.
Number 8. Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta was once marketed as the South's unstoppable luxury boomtown. Tech jobs, film studios, Fortune 500 headquarters. $1 million home in Buckhead or Midtown sold within days during the frenzy. But by mid-2025, the facade is cracking wide open. In 2020, Atlanta had fewer than 1,000 homes listed above $1 million. By 2024, speculative construction and pandemic relocations ballooned that number to over 3,500 listings. Now, inventory is choking the market. Million-dollar homes have seen 10 to 15% cuts, wiping out $150,000 in paper wealth on average. Time on market is brutal. In 2021, a luxury listing spent just 21 days before going under contract. Today, it averages 85 to 100 days, and sellers are offering six-figure concessions to close. Realtors report deals where sellers throw in $30,000 of renovations or accept offers $200,000 below asking just to keep things moving. Atlanta's affordability gap makes this worse. With median incomes near $75,000, locals can't support a $1 million tier. That demand came from pandemic relocators, many of them Californians chasing value. But at 7% mortgage rates, that buyer stream has frozen solid. Even Buckhead is no longer immune. Homes that listed for $1.8 million in 2022 now struggle at $1.4 million, a staggering $400,000 equity wipeout. Add rising property taxes and concerns about urban crime, and Atlanta's luxury brand is fading. What was sold as a Southern success story now looks like a high-priced bubble unwinding in real time. Atlanta's unraveling proves no boomtown is bulletproof.
Number 7. Portland, Oregon. Portland's luxury market was always quirky. Eco-modern mansions, glass cubes in the West Hills, and historic restorations in the Pearl District. But in 2025, that quirk has turned into collapse. Million-dollar homes across Portland are posting 15 to 25% value declines, wiping out $200,000 to $400,000 in equity in less than 2 years. Back in 2021, high-end homes sold in just 12 days on average. Today, those same listings languish for 90 to 150 days, often after multiple price cuts. Nearly 40% of luxury listings now show reductions, some by $500,000. Buyers smell blood, and lowball offers are the new normal. Why the implosion? Portland's pandemic appeal, remote work, open space, lifestyle branding, has cooled. Population growth has stalled, incomes hover around $80,000, and locals simply can't support million-dollar mortgages. Meanwhile, property taxes climb, and Portland's reputation for unrest has scared away many investors who once saw it as the next Seattle. Luxury ownership here is also punishingly expensive. Strict climate codes and zoning mean constant upgrades, solar requirements, energy retrofits, HOA costs that can top $20,000 annually before insurance. Add 7% mortgages, and dream homes have become money pits. For many, the math is brutal. A $1.2 million home bought in 2021 is now worth closer to $950,000, and owners are stuck paying inflated taxes and insurance on top of shrinking equity. What was once marketed as progressive, sustainable luxury has proven unsustainable. Portland shows how quickly the dream can become the downfall. Subscribe to Discover the Nation because this kind of collapse is spreading faster than anyone wants to admit.
Number 6. Sacramento, California. Sacramento used to be the affordable alternative to San Francisco. In 2019, only 6% of homes sold above $1 million. By 2022, that spiked to nearly 20%, fueled by Bay Area buyers flush with tech cash. But today, Sacramento's luxury story has flipped from dream to nightmare. Million-dollar listings are sinking fast. According to recent MLS reports, luxury homes here are down 12 to 18%, meaning a $1.2 million purchase in 2021 is now worth closer to $1 million or less. That's a devastating equity loss in just 2 years. Days on market exploded too. Luxury homes that sold in 2 weeks during the frenzy now sit for over 95 days, with a third unsold after 4 months. Sellers are slashing prices, offering $50,000 credits for upgrades, or paying buyers mortgage points just to keep deals alive. The affordability math is brutal. Sacramento's median income hovers around $80,000, far below what's needed to sustain million-dollar demand. With mortgage rates near 7%, a $1 million loan means $6,600 a month before taxes and insurance. Add property taxes of $12,000 annually, plus wildfire-driven insurance hikes, and many buyers see Sacramento luxury as a financial trap. The Bay Area lifeline has dried up too. Tech layoffs and falling stock portfolios have cut off the supply of affluent buyers, leaving Sacramento's speculative luxury surge stranded. Neighborhoods like East Sacramento and Land Park are filled with stale listings, proof that the affordable alternative is no longer affordable at all. Sacramento proves even California's second-tier cities can't escape collapse.
Number 5. Austin, Texas. Austin was once America's boomtown poster child. Tech jobs, Tesla, and Silicon Valley expats pushed million-dollar homes into a frenzy between 2019 and 2022. Sales above $1 million tripled in just 3 years. But now, Austin is unraveling faster than almost any other luxury market. By 2025, luxury homes in Austin are posting 15% to 25% declines. McMansions, once listed at $2.5 million, now struggle at $1.9 million, wiping away $600,000 in value. Redfin data shows over 45% of Austin's million-dollar listings have slashed prices, the highest rate in Texas. The cost structure is crushing. With property tax rates near 2.1%, a $1.5 million home racks up $30,000 annually in taxes, plus another $7,000 to $12,000 in insurance, especially after recent hail and flood claims. At today's 7% mortgage rates, that same home costs nearly $10,000 a month to carry. Even wealthy buyers are balking. Inventory is swelling as pandemic-built subdivisions sit unsold. Sellers who once entertained 20 offer bidding wars now wait 120 days for a single lowball. The culture shift is clear. Californians who once bragged about keeping Austin weird are leaving quietly, admitting they bought at the peak of an overheated dream. Austin's fall isn't just numbers, it's sentiment. What was hyped as unstoppable growth is now a cautionary tale of overbuilding and overconfidence. Austin shows that no boom is forever. Subscribe to Discover the Nation, where we track every rise and every collapse, so you're never caught holding the bag.
Number 4. Boston, Massachusetts. Boston's luxury market has always been fueled by stability, universities, hospitals, finance. But even here, million-dollar listings are cracking under today's costs. In 2019, about 30% of Boston homes were valued over $1 million. By 2022, that surged past 45%, especially in Back Bay and Beacon Hill. Now, the downturn is undeniable. Luxury homes across Boston are down 10 to 15% from peak, with a $1.3 million brownstone now selling closer to $1.1 million. At the top end, luxury penthouses once priced at $4 million have fallen below $3.2 million, an $800,000 haircut in less than 2 years. Affordability is the killer. Median household income in Boston is around $95,000, but a $1 million mortgage at 7% costs nearly $7,000 a month. Add $11,000 in property taxes and condo HOAs that can run $2,000 monthly, and even high earners hesitate. Renting luxury apartments is suddenly cheaper than owning, pulling buyers away from ownership. Time on market has stretched brutally. In 2021, million-dollar listings lasted 14 days. Today, they linger for 75 to 100 days, with 1 in 3 taking 6-figure cuts before finding a buyer. Realtors whisper about ghost towers downtown, new developments sitting half-empty as investors back away. Boston, once considered bulletproof, is now proof that no market can outrun affordability. Boston's luxury decline shows how fragile even the safe bets really are.
Number 3. Denver, Colorado. Denver once branded itself as America's new luxury frontier. Mountain views, booming tech, and an outdoor lifestyle lured thousands. Million-dollar listings exploded, from fewer than 1,500 in 2020 to over 6,000 by 2022. But today, that surge has turned into saturation, and the cracks are widening. Luxury homes in Denver have dropped 12% to 20% since peak, wiping out $200,000 to $400,000 in value. In Cherry Creek, a home once listed at $1.8 million now struggles at $1.4 million. Downtown condos are worse, slashing $200,000 to $300,000 just to get attention. Buyers who once raced to bid are now sitting back, calculating every monthly cost before they even schedule a showing. The affordability gap is staggering. A $1.2 million loan at 7% equals nearly $8,000 a month before taxes and insurance. Add rising premiums from wildfire and hail, and luxury owners are shelling out $10,000 to $15,000 annually just for insurance. That turns a dream home into a math problem very few can solve. Overbuilding during the pandemic left Denver glutted with glass condos and townhomes. Developers who rushed projects are now facing half-empty buildings, banners still fluttering outside in the wind. Even Washington Park and Lehigh, once magnets for frenzied bidding wars, have gone silent. Homes that sparked 12 offers in 2021 now sit for months without a single serious buyer. The verdict is clear. Denver's luxury boom wasn't built on fundamentals, but on hype and hope. Now, as reality sets in, that illusion is collapsing. Denver's unraveling shows just how fast the dream can fade. Subscribe to Discover the Nation, because when luxury falls, it doesn't whisper, it echoes across the country.
Number 2, San Francisco, California. San Francisco was once the gold standard of million-dollar real estate. Even modest fixers fetched $1.5 million, while luxury mansions soared past $5 million. But since 2022, the collapse has been brutal, and it's still accelerating. High-end homes have lost 15 to 25% of value, with some neighborhoods hit even harder. A mansion listed for $6 million in 2021 now begs at $4.5 million, a $1.5 million equity wipeout. In 2021, luxury homes lasted just 17 days on market. Today, they average 120-plus days, with half undergoing six-figure cuts before a buyer even considers stepping in. Affordability has broken. A $2 million loan at 7% means nearly $13,000 a month, before adding $20,000 in annual property taxes and soaring HOAs. Even tech professionals making six figures are balking. The dream of owning luxury in San Francisco has become unsustainable math. Developers are desperate. Some throw in $100,000 credits, waived HOA fees, or even luxury cars. But incentives can't fight what's deeper: population loss. The Bay Area has shrunk by 6% since 2020, draining the buyer pool that once propped up endless demand. Add rising crime, remote work hollowing out downtown, and one of the steepest tax burdens in California, and the unraveling becomes unavoidable. San Francisco's luxury collapse isn't just about prices, it's about perception. The world's most iconic tech city is now a cautionary tale of overvaluation meeting economic gravity. San Francisco proves no market is invincible.
Number 1. New Orleans, Louisiana. New Orleans might not be the first city you imagine for million-dollar real estate, but its collapse is among the most brutal, because the market was always fragile. In 2019, only a few hundred homes sold above $1 million. By 2022, pandemic migration doubled that number. But by 2025, the bottom has fallen out completely. Luxury homes now sit unsold for 150-plus days, with savage cuts of 20 to 30%. A Garden District mansion once listed at $1.8 million now begs at $1.2 million, a staggering $600,000 loss in equity. Insurance is the killer here. Premiums have skyrocketed, with some owners paying $30,000 annually for hurricane and flood coverage.
Add $12,000 to $15,000 in property taxes, plus relentless repair costs from humidity and storms, and $1 million home here feels like setting money on fire. The buyer base is too shallow. With median incomes under $55,000, locals can't touch these homes. Nearly all demand came from out-of-state investors, but now they're fleeing as climate risk, insurance chaos, and lender hesitation make New Orleans nearly uninsurable. Even renovated historic homes in Uptown in the French Quarter sit stale, their charm no match for the crushing costs. The city's luxury sector had no deep roots. It was speculative, fragile, and easily broken. Now neighborhoods that once symbolized Southern wealth are filled with stale listings, their for-sale signs weathered by storms and neglect. New Orleans represents the sharpest collapse because it never had the foundation to survive. What was once a fragile dream is now a broken market. If you want unfiltered truth, this is it. Subscribe to Discover the Nation, because America's housing story is changing fast, and you deserve to see where the cracks spread next.
From San Antonio to Miami, Denver to New Orleans, the story is the same. Million-dollar homes, once seen as untouchable, are collapsing in value, leaving sellers stranded and buyers holding all the power. This is not panic, this is process. And process always ends the same way, with prices bending to math. This is Discover the Nation. Subscribe now, because the next city to collapse may be yours.